Now, they believe that estate planning involves more than just writing out legal documents. It's about getting clients the desired results they deserve, and that's what they believe at the estate planning law group of Blazek and Gregg. And this morning he's back, attorney Jim Blazek. Good to see you, Jim. Thanks for being here.
Morning, Mike.
Did you have a good Fourth? I haven't seen you since before the Fourth.
I had a great Fourth. I just ate too much, but I had a lot of fun.
Oh, I know.
Still have all my fingers.
Same here. Yeah, it was safe for you. That's good. Let's dive into some of this stuff, because we had you on in the past and talking about wills and trusts and family planning and all that. This is an industry that has really changed over the years, but you've been able to stay still one of the leading experts in this industry. How have you been able to maintain that? And there's so much information to keep up on.
Well, you're very kind. In our law firm, all we do is one thing, and that's estate planning. It's unbelievable how large a universe estate planning really is. When I say that we do estate planning, what it boils down to is we help our clients with estate plan creation, estate plan maintenance, and estate plan administration, because those are the three stages of an estate plan: creation, maintenance, and administration. You would not believe how many people in the audience have plans that are not updated and maintained.
Yeah.
And things change over time. And we're working in Nebraska and Iowa. I'm licensed in both states, but it's unbelievable, how seldom people update their plans, and it's just tragic because they're leaving a lot of money on the table.
Well, because a lot of people think they can set it and forget it, right? You get it done once, and you're like, got that done, now that's out of the way. But a lot of people, it's a misconception that people have.
It really is. It really is. It's amazing how goals change over time. A person in their 30s, it's very common to them to think, I'm too young to plan. I'm just too young to plan. And then they get a little older and they start thinking, jeepers, who's going to get all my stuff? Yeah. And then they see how property is lost over time when people get a divorce, or when parents remarry and nursing homes take all their, take assets. It's just, they see how people lose money. They start thinking, how can I protect money? Yeah. Then later season in life, they start thinking, how do I protect it from a nursing home? Yeah. So things change over time, then the laws change as well.
That's another great point I had, because there was a major law that changed not too long ago that really affected a lot of these things.
Well, there's a big law change in 2013 with the very high exemptions and portability. Portability became permanent. That was a big law change. That really changed particularly the estate plans for married couples. The old A/B trust planning that was done for 30 or 40 years prior to that really became obsolete for most married couples. And now we have LB 268 in Nebraska that's just changing the Medicaid recapture laws.
That's a state law.
That's
going to be going into effect soon.
August 23rd.
Yeah, so that's something you need to think about as well. If for people that had their estate planning done prior to, already, that's something they got to think about in terms of changing that stuff.
It's always good to revisit your estate plan. Make sure it's up to date. Make sure it is protecting as much property as possible and saving as much money as possible.
Yeah, you're an attorney, right?
I am.
And so these are legal services that you provide. What are the core services?
Well, it's a wide range of services. We do everything from simple wills to special needs wills. We do nursing home wills for clients. We move into revocable living trusts that can be very simple or very sophisticated. We do a lot of dynasty planning, which is sometimes called generation skipping planning. Many of our clients are farm and ranch families all over Nebraska, all over Iowa. We do a lot of farm and ranch planning.
When it comes to property, that brings up a good point, especially farm property. Are there special considerations you have to think about?
Oh yes, the farm families, ranch families have a whole set of considerations that are just unique to them that, quite frankly, city folk don't have. Yeah. The difficulty with farmland is that once it leaves the family, it may never come back. Sometimes land becomes available once every generation if you're lucky. Sure. So it's vitally important to protect farmland so it doesn't get outside the family. Yeah.
So you do a lot of farm stuff, but how many? I know it's a hard question, but how many plans do you think your firm has done over the years? I mean, you've been in this industry for so long; it's probably hard to put a number on it.
I've been doing this 35 years. I used to say, I've been using the figure 5,000 plans for a few years now. I think I've been saying that for 3 years.
Right. So you got to update your number, just like the state updates their laws.
What I'm really happy about is it's not so much the number, but what really makes me happy is when I can talk to a family after the plan is being administered and tell them how much money the plan has saved their family, or how that plan has protected their property, and especially for farm families, how that plan has protected that farmland for generations to come. Yeah. That's where I really get a satisfaction out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's a reason why people want you to do their estate planning. But as you continue to grow, 5,000 plus that you've done in the past, you still are the main guy that put your eyes on each individual's estate planning? You're not passing these off to people in your office.
Well, we have two attorneys. We have two attorneys, myself, Jared Gregg. Jared Gregg is just a wonderful man, a wonderful attorney. I would say Jared Gregg has a black belt in estate planning. I mean, he's just a great man.
He's a ninja. He's a ninja of estate planning, huh?
He's just a very good man, a wonderful, has a servant's heart. But we have a tremendous staff too. We have 4 very dedicated paralegals. They're just excellent at their craft, not just a high skill set, but more important than that, a servant's heart.
Well, we've talked about these workshops that you have coming up here. Let's get to these workshops, because I think this is the last opportunity that we're going to have to talk about this prior to the workshops. Tuesday, July 18th. That's at Best Johnson Public Library, and that's in Elkhorn. And then 6:30 at the Hampton Inn Lakeside. And then there's another opportunity Wednesday, July 19th, the Courtyard, and then the Regency Marriott, because you got the afternoon and the evening one. And then Thursday, July 20th, Bellevue University at 1 o'clock, and 6:30 at Courtyard by Marriott in Lisbon Vista too. RSVP to Lindsay at 496-3432 or lindsay@blazeclaw.com. What are people going to learn at these estate planning workshops?
They're going to learn what estate planning can be. They're going to learn about the recent law changes in 2013 and LB 268 to talk about the expanded Medicaid recapture laws that are going into effect in Nebraska. And they'll learn how planning can really save their family a tremendous amount of money. We believe that good planning more than pays for itself. Good plans should pay for themselves, and they'll learn how that can be done. Yeah,
you spend your whole life working to build all these assets. You want to make sure you have a good plan for them.
Exactly.
Jim, good to see you, buddy. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
All righty. It's the most